Well, the mother of a baby whose crying interrupted a recent Trump event is setting the record straight, and we're happy she is. She says she was not kicked out and left as a courtesy to the other audience members. This, of course, as you've seen, was Trump's reaction on stage.
Don't worry about that baby. I love babies. So I love babies. I hear that baby crying. I like it. What a baby. What a beautiful baby. Don't worry. Don't worry. The mom's running around like, don't worry about it, you know. It's young and beautiful and healthy, and that's what we want. Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here. That's all right. Don't worry. I think she really believed me that I love having a baby crying while I'm speaking. That's okay.
I mean, this was one of the paramount moments of the week. That baby's mother, Devin Ebert, is joining us now. And we need to set the record straight, Devin, because we only got one camera angle of Donald Trump. And, of course, we've replayed that soundbite what feels like a million times. First of all, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you. And, by the way, the baby, we asked for an exclusive, but he's only a year and a half. Vinny is in the green room, but we do have a really cute picture of him that we're showing our viewers, Devin. So just take us back to that day. How did you decide to go to a Trump event?
Well, really, I mean, this is just such a historical election and a turning point for our country, no matter who's elected, you know. And it was last minute that we got the notification that he was going to be there, so close to our home. So it was kind of like, well, I don't have, you know.
Sure, why not?
Anything else to do? Let's go.
Let's go. And every parent knows what it's like to have their baby crying at exactly the wrong moment. So what happened? Donald Trump started speaking, and then did Vinny get upset?
Well, actually, Vinny was asleep, and I was so shocked because he even slept through, like, when Donald Trump walked on stage and everybody was, like, standing up. Nobody ever sat down. Like, everybody was standing the entire time, and they're all, like, cheering him, and it's really loud, and, you know, I thought for sure he would have woken up a lot sooner than he did, but no, he waited until, like, there was, like, a quiet moment, and then he started waking up, and so as I, like, was trying to rush it to soothe him, you know, it didn't really work, and by this time, Mr. Trump has already turned and said his first comment. Yeah.
So what did you think? I mean, I would have just been, like, blushing. I don't know what I would have done. What did you think?
Oh, I'm sure my face was probably 5 shades of red. Like, yeah. Well, it was even funnier because the whole crowd that was there turned around also with him, and they were all looking at me, and we were just laughing because they're all going, "Oh, what a beautiful baby!" And you know, it was just so funny because they were just going right along with them, and the whole crowd was like totally engaged. So it was hilarious.
And so you say when he actually came back and said, she actually thought I meant to, like, keep the baby here. You said it was actually sort of a joke because we didn't get to see what you were attempting to do at the time. So take us to that moment, because some people were insulted by what he had to say and said, look, he's kicking a baby out of a rally.
Yeah, I know. It's just so crazy because, I mean, I didn't even hear that second half to his comment until later on that night that I got home and turned on the news, and it was all over the place, and I was just so caught off guard by it. What happened was, you know, I couldn't get Vinny to calm down. So I was trying to gather up his things quickly and make my way out of the aisle. I was dead center in the 4th row. So I had to, like, make my way out. And I'm assuming I was probably, like, on my way to the door, if not out of it, by the time that he probably looked up and saw me going out the door and probably said his second half of his comment. But even when I got home and I heard it on the news, I laughed. Like, me and my fiance, husband, whatever you want to call him, we both were just laughing because, I mean, Mr. Trump has just he's got this dry sense of humor that everybody takes so wrong.
Okay, so let me just put you on pause there because I have to take a commercial break. As a mother of 2 children under the age of 2, there's someone always crying in my household, and sometimes it's me. I admit. So I understand what it's like to have this habit at a rally, but what I'm really curious about is why you believe in Donald Trump, because you say you're still voting for him even with these comments, and I want to ask you why after a break. We'll be right back.
Okay, wonderful.
Now, Devin Ebert, she is the mother of the baby that got all those headlines last week. And Devin, that's what I want to talk to you about. You're at this Trump rally. You know, there are pundits that say last week was one of the worst weeks ever for Donald Trump and his campaign. I think maybe they don't realize. Thank you, Devin. Devin's helping us produce as well as being a guest. This is multitasking as a mom. This is what happens, right, Devin? So, so you say this whole thing at the Donald Trump event got blown out of proportion, and you still very much support Donald Trump. Tell our viewers why.
Oh, where do I begin? Honestly, the first thing that I want to point out is that it doesn't matter how blunt he is. He's genuine. He's so relatable. Everything he says, I just feel like everybody was already thinking it anyways. So, I don't know. I think people just try to find ways to be offended by what he says, but I don't know. He's just genuine, and he just says it how it is, and I love that about him.
And for once and for all, you're just saying you were not insulted at all about what happened at the rally last week.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Not one little bit. I thought it was fun. And in fact, I appreciate it because, you know, you're a mother. You understand that when your baby starts making the disruption in that crowd, in that one event, and all the spotlight's on you, it's so nice to have that comic relief to kind of take some of that pressure off of you.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
100%. Devin, thank you so much for making the time, bringing Vinny as well into our D.C. bureau, the young child, the famous baby. We appreciate it very much, and we look forward to talking to you again. Thank you so much, Devin.